You are now tuning in to Kickspot with Jinu Park and Migs.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? We are Kickspot, and I'm one of your hosts, Jinu Park, and we got my partner Migs in the house.
Yep.
And today we've got a special guest. He goes by the name of Justina.
What's up, guys?
Hi, guys.
I don't sound like that.
Hi, guys. So before we get into just interviewing Justin, getting to know him a little bit better, let's just go over some of our social media platforms and get that down. But we got our IG, which is _Kickspot. We're also on radio 106.3 FM HE2 Santa Ana down here in SoCal. We're also on streaming platforms, stuff like YouTube, Spotify, some other streaming radio stations as well. And that's it. That's it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
it.
Cool. So, Justin, before we get into the swing of things, we want to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Are you nervous?
No.
Okay. It's going to be about the Philippines because he's Filipino. So let's just, we want to make that disclaimer. So let's see how much you know about
Duarte.
your origin and your country. First question, Jay. How many languages are being spoken in our country as of today? Oh, he's thinking like he knows the answer.
Like this minute.
200.
Okay, you're very close. It was 175. So we'll give him that. We'll give him that right there.
Okay.
I'll ask a little bit of a harder of a question. Question number 2. Approximately how many islands make up the Philippines?
I think you know this one.
It's like in this.
Wait, hold on. It's in the I'll give you a hint. It's in the thousands. It's in the thousands.
6,500.
Okay, very close again. 7,500.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I
He
see
looked
you.
these up.
Did you Google this up earlier?
No.
Okay.
Name one
Pacquiao.
Filipino basketball player.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jordan Clarkson.
All right, I'll give you that one. That's actually the only one I was thinking of.
He's trash, though.
What?
Trash.
Wow, man.
Okay, what team does he play for? Bonus question.
Cavs.
Nope.
No?
The Jazz. He got traded, remember? Mid-season. So there you go.
Wow.
All right, good job, Jay.
Good job.
Good job on the questions.
You got what?
2 out of the 3. 3 out of the 3 without the bonus question.
So 100%.
100%. Just like his shots when he shoots.
He knows his math.
100%.
I'll take it.
So today we're going to be getting to know our good friend, Justin. Kind of get background and history of kind of how he came up in the streetwear game. He was also one of the, I think, videographers for World of Dance in the beginning. So kind of get the history of that. That's kind of a big deal. And yeah, so let's kind of get that started. So you were at World of Dance. Can you talk about what you did for them and how that came about?
Were you a dancer?
Yeah,
No, I wasn't.
because we know you
No?
could dance.
Can you
No.
dance?
Not really.
Okay.
You're the best one out of. You're
Maybe.
the best one.
So, come on now.
Okay, so wait, what's the question?
Question is, just give us a little background of how that relationship with World of Dance started,
Okay.
and what you did for them, and how was that experience?
It's kind of random. I actually got asked to model for their merch.
Ooh, like
Like their T-shirts?
I used to- huh?
women's wear?
Something like that, like
Oh,
t-shirts. And I went over there, told them I had a camera, and like
Oh, okay.
I had a month later I was on tour with them. I was working with them for like a year and a half, something like that, in 2011.
So was it like a world tour,
Not
not your girls tour?
a world tour,
But it was in the
but-
States.
Yeah, in the
Okay.
States. But we went to Toronto, Vancouver.
What was
too,
your favorite
so-
city? that you
Vancouver.
visited?
That you-
Vancouver by
that-
far.
100%.
Wow, that's
Us too.
I haven't
that's where
been
we celebrated my birthday last year.
I haven't been back since, but I had a great time.
What's the reason why you liked Vancouver?
Real reason.
The women.
Okay, there we go. There you go.
Okay.
The food's good. The cult. I didn't like realize that there's such a big Asian community over there. So
Yeah.
It was cool.
Like, what did you, as far as like Asian cuisine, what did you try when you were up there?
Nothing just like sushi. Just,
Oh, okay.
Like we didn't have that much time to go eat like that. So
Don't they have like the most populated sushi restaurants?
I don't know.
Wasn't that a fact of?
I just think there's so many great restaurants in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Every time, like if I had to compare Seattle, because I grew up there, and then we'd go up to Vancouver, it's always sushi or Chinese food. They got a really big Chinese community over there.
Yeah,
It's one of
for
the
sure.
cleanest cities
Oh, definitely.
that I know of. So yeah, I would agree with you. I like Vancouver a lot too.
So
Yeah.
overall, World of Dance experience was pretty good.
yeah, it was great.
What about the best dancer that you've seen?
Oh, best dancer?
Yeah.
During your time at World of Dance.
Do you
Probably
remember
like
the name?
the Les twins, probably.
Oh, you got to see them?
Oh, you got to see them?
Yeah.
That's like when they were just starting.
I've pretty much shot with like every big dancer, I guess.
Oh,
That's
man.
pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
really awesome.
This is like before they like were on tour with
Right.
Jay-Z and stuff.
And
but
now
it was
they're
tight.
like they're signed with Jordan Brand also.
And then you upgraded your videography to produce my
I did.
my music
Your
video.
music videos.
Blow
Yeah.
my mind.
Yep.
You know,
Hey, that was pretty sick.
World of Dance to
That was
a Jinu Park music video.
that was
I mean,
that was pretty
talk
sick,
about an
so
upgrade, huh?
Yeah, you know.
I had a small cameo.
That's a good time.
Then I got kicked out of the video. But
You're in the video?
huh?
You're in that video?
Remember, no, there was a scene where you were shooting the vid, and then
yeah.
I was on
That's
there. You're
right.
like,
All
what?
I hear is
Like,
get out of the
get out of the frame, bro.
That's true.
So kind of moving on, obviously that probably created a lot of opportunity for you, World of Dance. But I know I've known you since high school. We're part of the same basketball team currently. He's our point guard, starting point guard. What's assists per game on our team. He sets us up correctly. I think that's what Justin does though. He sets his boy up correctly, even though on and off the court. Let's just put it that way.
How many points do you score
He really doesn't score that much.
on and off the court?
But that's not his thing though.
Enough.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Silence.
But what I was getting into was I've known Jay as an entrepreneur. I've known Justin as someone that doesn't really want to work for the man, and someone that has a mentality of I'm gonna make it on my own, or I'm just not gonna make it. And he inspired me to do a clothing line last year called Lover Fighter, where he was pretty much my designer. I had the thoughts in my head. I would tell him, and he designed it for me. Real talk, So I just had like a few designs here and there. Haven't had the chance to really work, with Jay just because he's been busy. Also, just because he's not only adding on to his plate, but he's growing as an entrepreneur. And one of the first things that I know about you was you had a clothing line called Train of Thought Collective. And I know you're working on some stuff right now, but can you kind of give us how you started that? What made you start that? What was the inspiration behind Train of Thought, and where it's at today?
Okay. Let's see. I mean, I was just one of those kids in high school that had a clothing line. So
I mean, did you like fashion, or like were you inspired?
I was just
by
like
people?
a creative since I was a kid. Like
Oh, that's definitely you.
I was like 12 years old making like wrestling avatars on
Were you really?
Photoshop 1. Like
Oh wow.
yeah. So
What does that mean? A wrestling avatar, like you
Like
would
it's
just
like yeah, I was like super into wrestling, so
like WWE.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, yeah.
Okay.
So I would just like create like these images online, like an avatar. It's like
Like a cartoon?
like a header almost, like that you would just put in.
Really?
Like people don't really make those anymore, but yeah, it'd be like a wrestler with like lightning coming down from
Oh,
the background.
okay.
Like it was just, I was young and I was just like messing around, but I knew how to design like just from that age moving forward. So
And just as a disclaimer, he actually designed our Kickspot logo. So
True.
just,
Yep.
shout out to Justin designing our Kickspot logo. So we appreciate that, family. But so yeah, keep going.
yeah, so I was one of those kids with a clothing line in high school. Went to school for design, and when I was in college, I was working for a big streetwear company called LRG.
That's huge.
I was trying to get on the design team over there, and I worked there for like 4 years, and it just didn't work out. But during that time, I was going to school, and a lot of my projects I would just post on my Tumblr. Tumblr, yeah. And this was like during the peak of the Tumblr days. So you know, everyone was always on it. And my stuff kind of, it was getting a lot of traction. And, you know, I just saw that opportunity and I just started selling clothes online and it just kind of took off.
And that was Train of Thought.
That was Train of Thought. So Train of Thought Collective was really just a blog at first. It's like a collection of my thoughts. And it wasn't really much anything but just random stuff I would put on there, my projects from school. And a couple of my designs on there just took off. So I was like, if I could sell X amount of shirts.
Can you talk about some of those designs?
Yeah, I mean, the one I'm mostly known for is the I Listen to That design.
Oh, yep. I have a hoodie.
I still print it till this day, but yeah.
So guide me through your thought process. Like when you say that Train of Thought collection is
Collective.
Collective are your thoughts. Is
Yeah.
it like a journal that you're mentally like just like writing in, or is it like pictures? Like
So-
what goes through your mind?
How did you get the name?
Train of Thought just kind of comes from like, it's like a hip hop thing. So, you know, like trains, graffiti, that kind of thing. And then collective is just really means just a collection.
Okay.
So it's not too deep like that, but really it was just like your train of thought. It's like, I think the definition for train of thought is like your subconscious, whatever you're thinking. I don't know how to really explain it, but yeah, it wasn't really that deep, but
Okay.
it was just really a blog, took off. I was like, I turned it into a clothing line and yeah, went from there.
So if you were to look back on your blog, is it more, would you say positive blogs, or would it be, in your opinion, more negative thoughts? Like, were you going through any transitions during that time?
It's all positive. I mean,
Okay.
it's like, yeah, it's really hip hop based. So all my stuff is all, you know, rap stuff.
Right. Yeah. So that was one of the things that was so cool about it.
It was kind of negative to the point where I would always downplay what's on the radio at the time. And that's what a lot of people liked me for. It was like, oh, you know,
You didn't listen to top 40
like
stuff.
no radio stuff
Yeah,
here.
no
you
radio,
know? So yeah. I mean, during that time, even during April Fools, and I would post something about Drake, you have no idea the amount of hate, or not hate, but just comments I would get.
Right.
People thinking I was like, for real.
Because you didn't agree with like that type of like art, or
Just at the time, like, I guess growing up when you're into rap like that, you're just kind of like
the true art of hip hop,
right.
instead
So
of
I
like
mean,
what
during
the
that
pop
time,
culture is right now.
It was
Okay.
during that time
That
where
makes sense.
it fully transitioned to like radio, like jiggy rap. Like that's when like
Yeah.
50 Cent was coming out, like
Shady Records.
all that stuff
Nelly,
where
yeah.
it wasn't as complex.
So the lyrical aspect wasn't as complex as it was back in the day.
Like if I had to put Nas on that list,
He's on there.
yeah, like just his thought process and the way that he writes and the creativity behind it.
Yeah.
Like I love that art. And then you look at the new school,
It's just like
it's difficult to really
Right.
it's just music. The rap music that started coming out like had no substance. It was just like I'm in the club, so I would always downplay that you know, that genre, and like people, you know, there's a lot of people that are still to this day like strictly underground rap. You know,
So give us like your, I know this is like a question.
Wait, before I forget, I was talking about that. I listened to that, right?
Yes, love that hoodie.
Actually had a big company rip my design before.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys ever. I don't know if I ever told you.
no.
Brandy Melville.
Oh, Brandy Mel, did
Yeah.
you sue them?
No. I mean, it was like a bunch of rappers on there. I wasn't gonna sue them for that, but
wow.
they ripped the design off, try to like flip it.
Did you tell them? Did you send them a cease
then I
and
woke-
desist?
No. And I woke up with, you know, a bunch of messages about it. Went on their page, and it
you
was
saw
like over 500 comments on them just ripping these guys.
Wow.
So,
From your loyal support.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's what's up.
and then I had a friend's friend that worked in the warehouse, and eventually, like I think 3 days later, they had to pull the whole design. They pulled the whole, yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
that's-
fun fact.
That's crazy. So my question was, and you know, I know obviously like I follow your clothing line pretty heavily, and I mean you're wearing the shirt that you just designed right there is pretty sick, obviously. But I want to know, and this is a big question when it comes to like the rap game. Top 5, dead or alive. Who's your top 5?
Top 5?
Top 5, dead or alive. Who's your top 5? It doesn't have to be in order. Just top 5. You know how M just put one out, and then I think he just mentioned like 20 names. But who's your top 5?
It's like Tupac, Biggie, Big
Okay.
L.
Big L. Okay. 2 more.
I'd say Nas too, I guess.
Ill-
And like maybe like a Gangstar, like a Guru.
Illmatic Nas.
Illmatic Nas. Yeah. I could probably take Nas out and replace him with someone, but
Who would you replace Nas with?
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. But definitely like a Guru or
So like those are lyricists, all of them that you mentioned.
yeah.
So-
I mean, but there's like really good groups that I mess with, but it's like, you know, you can't really single.
Who's the group?
Like a Wu-Tang or a Tribe Called Quest,
Wu-Tang.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Tribe. You know, so
But yeah.
it's good stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see that. You can definitely see that influence that he has through his artwork, through his pieces, through his shirts, and through his designs. Like that's literally what Train of Thought was about.
Are there any new school artists that you like?
I listen to like a lot of like newer school R&B artists
Okay.
these days, but like I like J. Cole, I like Kendrick.
Is
No.
it because you're in love?
No.
I love that.
In love with myself. Maybe.
Man, that's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
So J. Cole would be on that.
J. Cole,
K
Kendrick.
Dot, yeah.
Okay.
Who else is good?
Uzi.
No.
No, just kidding.
I mean, along the same lines of what it was before too. So
You know, I'm definitely more open. I listen to a little bit of everything. So
Hey,
I
I
mean,
think the newest, I think lyricist that's the youngest that I like listening to is YBN Cordae.
that's why I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, I mean, he is though. I feel like he's like a
He
new
has
generation.
but he has a list.
I don't care about the list. I mean, but the kid can rap, you know. So
can you write?
no, that's what I meant. Like if you listen to him, it's like a new age.
I actually
J.
like
Cole.
this song with Nas that he has. Is it Nas?
No, it's with it's not with Nas.
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak, yeah. Anderson .Paak. Fire. But yeah, so
Do you listen to like battle rap or anything?
I do.
Okay.
I've actually had a couple of my shirts on like King of the Dot.
that's what's up.
yeah.
That's cool.
I used to flow some shirts to this rapper.
Who do you like as far as for
battle
battle rap? Yeah.
Dang, I don't
Jin.
know. I mean, I've been watching battle rap for a long time, but like it's kind of dead.
Team
Low
Backpack.
key.
You said what?
It's kind of dead
Really?
these days. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now
There's
I
only-
guess now.
Like there used to be like Grind Time, like King of the Dot. Like,
Team Backpack. Like, do you
that's-
ever watch
that's,
like?
that's like dead too. I think.
No, I know, but like, did you ever
Yeah,
watch those
of
videos?
course.
Those were dope.
Of
Yeah.
course. I don't know. Off top with battle rap, I like the old battle rap guys from Grind Time.
It's like when I watch Wild 'N Out, Conceited is like the only
He's dope.
battle rapper that's like on
Yeah.
there. But I mean, I think that they have to like dumb it down a lot more. Because, you know, battle rapping wise, it's like, well, I'm going to kill you and, you know, that kind of thing. And then they go on Wild 'N Out and they're just, they have to do the
People
ABC.
won't get it. People won't get it for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the way that he twists his words, like, very methodical.
So to
Over the head.
Yeah.
So to kind of just, you know, before we transition to the next part, but what would you say if you had to give a young entrepreneur that wants to start their clothing line or wants to start a business, what's one piece of advice you would give that kid?
Hit me up.
That's it. Hit me up, kid. Here's my number. Here's my IG.
I don't know. Just go for it, I guess. You know, a lot of people overthink things. I'm always like, just print it. I bet you'll sell it. You know, so
That's exactly what he told me.
I always tell people that, like, if you just print it, I bet you most likely you'll get rid of it.
So what about even in the current state right now? I mean, I know I've talked to a lot of entrepreneurs and they've been kind of struggling through, you know, the pandemic and the reopening of the economy. And then now there's like a spike back in COVID and stuff like that. So obviously unemployment at one of the highest that we've seen. How is your business doing currently with everything going on?
I mean, my brand, I haven't released anything in a while, but I've always freelanced, so I work with other companies.
Okay.
So yeah, the whole lockdown and quarantine didn't hit me too hard just because I have multiple sources of income.
Boom.
Okay.
So maybe 2 areas went dry, but the rest was still going. So it was okay.
That's good. That's a blessing, right?
It's like Kevin O'Leary brought up the fact that during COVID that 30% of his portfolio was in real estate. And then he saw a big drop in his income. And so he decided that he's going to get rid of a lot of his real estate and then diversify his portfolio. Sounds like that's like something that you're doing as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's 50-50. There's people that are struggling, but at the same time, there's people that are still killing it in real estate that I know. So it's only up to the person, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Mark Cuban brought it up too. And he said, I have companies that are in restaurants that are just absolutely killing it because they're thinking different. They're thinking more of like an online presence. They don't have to spend money on all this labor. So, they're shipping out, all these products to people versus the person that just stands still waiting for the economy to just kind of come back.
Right.
up.
There's a lot, like my friend works at a restaurant and they're making more with this than
Oh, that's true.
with them being open. They can serve more people as far as like takeout and stuff like that. So it just depends on the person. I think, I have a couple friends that are slacking during this quarantine, and I'm just like, what are you doing? And then when stuff picks up, they're gonna be how many months behind just because they're using this as an excuse to not do anything. But when quarantine hit, I was still booking jobs. I was doing photos for a face mask company. There's just always a way.
Oh, that's interesting. That's awesome.
So I have, I do photos for a club around here. Obviously that went down, but I found other ways to get work.
Yeah, you have to be resourceful.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think this is the perfect time to really challenge yourself and see if you can find other things to not only make money, but to develop some skill sets and learn new things. And for people that are doing it, more power to them. For the people that are not doing it, there's really no excuse.
Yeah.
So definitely good stuff on that. So,
just like how you transitioned your business into something new, and you liked hip hop before, and you like R&B now. When we come back, we are going to have a little battle, right? And so
our own version of versus.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so Migs and I both have it's not even our top 10 because it was so difficult to figure out which R&B tracks that we like, but we're going to go, it's kind of like a snake draft. It's going to be.
I have one song that I'm thinking about. It better be on there.
Okay, so,
No.
So for anybody that's listening on the radio, unfortunately, we will not be playing these on the radio. We don't own the licenses, so just make sure you check out the YouTube.
On this, yes. It's going to be hilarious, entertaining, and Justin's going to be judging who's winning the songs.
All right.
Should have a dance off between you two, and I'll judge.
We already know who's going to win that.
Game time, son. All right.
It's me.
All right. When we come back, we're going to do this battle.
You are listening to Kickspot.